guys, good morning. I see amazing energy in the room, and I want each one of you to give a high round of applause to yourself. And it's an amazing thing that all of you here at early in the morning to experience this particular seminar. Now, I think I know why all of you here are here because the introduction says that understand the six dimensions of your life. Now, when I say six dimension of your life, it's very important because they are not. I'm not talking about these six elements out of which our body is made, but I would be talking about six very important elements which are very important for each one of us, right? So let's start with one. Now, I have created a very important program which is called Flames. Now, why we say Flames? A lot of people have been asking me that why did I name it Flames? There was a time when a lot of people used to ask me that what does your name mean? Okay, so I used to tell them it means light. It means light. Giving probably. I mean, how do I define light? So a small diya which has a light in it. But as I grew up, and when I started understanding my own energy, I realized that it's not only the light, it's probably the huge flame, which has a lot of aggression in it, which has a lot of, how do I explain it to you? So I think you all understand what a flame is, right? And I see myself as a person which is full of energy, which has amazing determination to achieve anything in the life she wants to achieve, right? So it has a lot of personal value to me because I feel that when I was working on this program, it was not just because I wanted to create something. It was just because I felt I needed to create it. So this was an inner calling because when I understood these concepts in my personal life, I saw a massive change happening. I saw things changing from every corner of my life. I think I became a different person because I understood these things. The reason I could understand these things was because I realized that it's very important for us to be familiar with the universe we are living in, familiar with our own mind universe. So the F stands for familiarity, and for me, familiarity doesn't mean the solar system universe. I'm not talking about it. I'm not even talking about the societal universe. I'm talking about your mind universe. I'm talking about you understanding how important it is for you to understand your own mindset. The second thing is love. L stands for love. Now, we've been talking about love. We've grown learning love. We've grown feeling love. We see love everywhere, okay? I think India is a country where we like to express a lot of love, so a lot of relationships. We are a family oriented country, right? Where we mean relationships, and relationships are made out of love. Hence, it's very important to love. But at the same time, how many times this has happened or we see this is happening that we've been taught to love yourself. So love for me here stands for self-love. I am not preaching here to go and love your neighbor, go and love your spouse. No. The intention of me introducing this topic here is to let you know how important self-love is. Just imagine if you love someone, your life is so beautiful. But when you start loving yourself and when you start understanding how important love is, the day you love yourself, you'll understand the importance of it. So, whenever you'll give it to somebody else, you will know that what kind of feelings you probably imparting to them. What is it that at what level you taking them? It will not be only words then because you'll understand the importance of love. You'll understand how does it feel when you are loving yourself. How does it feel when you are loving somebody else? So it will not be just for the heck of it that we end up saying I love you to somebody, because that's when you'll realize that if you're giving it to somebody, it carries an immense importance, it carries immense feeling. Love is a form of hope. When you love someone, that means you're giving them hope, right? And I believe every one of us understand the meaning of hope. The third point here, which I'll be talking about, is awareness. Now, a lot of time you've noticed, now you'll also ask me that if I need to love myself, what do I need to do? You need to do a very simple thing which is called awareness. You need to be aware. You need to be aware with yourself. who you are as a person. What is it that you want to do? You loving somebody but you're not loving yourself is an awareness, because you yourself don't understand the concept of love. You don't understand how does it feel to be loved, right? So when you are aware, when you love yourself and you're aware how does it feel, you will be in a better position to love yourself. And I also mean awareness by understanding your own mindset here, because everything in this world, everything in this universe comes from our own thinking pattern, comes from your own thought, comes from your own the way you think, right? So I think a lot of us are already aware about. We read the concept of law of attraction, we read the concept of gratitude, we read the concept of manifestation, right? This is all of it is linked to your thoughts. So your universe is your thinking pattern. Believe me, the day you will change your thinking pattern, your universe will change for you. Everything else will change for you. So I mean by awareness here is that be aware of your own elements, be aware of your thinking pattern. It's very important. It's very important for you to know how really it feels, right? It's very important for you to understand that just by being aware about something, you are in a position to avoid a lot of negative things as well. So awareness does not only lead to you making you a lot of positive, but also help you being aware of a lot of negative aspects, because of which a lot of things happen in our life which probably are not a good things, right? The another concept which I would want all of you to understand is meditation. Now, in order to be aware of, because I know a lot of you must be having this thought in your mind that how to be aware. How would I know what I feel? How would I know what I am? How would I feel what kind of a person I am, right? A lot of things are very important and they are interconnected. So the process of this particular program is in a flow. You know how water flows from a cliff? That's how this program is made. It will take you deeper and deeper within you. Now, as I was talking about meditation, let's understand meditation not from a point of view of a meditation, but from a point of view of bringing a peace to yourself. Meditation is a awareness tool. Let's take meditation as a tool. Say, for example, somebody tells you that if you start meditating, you'll be in a peace of mind, you'll be in a better position to have control on your thoughts, you'll be more aware of what your thinking pattern is, and if you are achieving all these things by doing meditation, just understand the quality of life you'll be leading. The quality of life would be 10 times better than what you are today just by practicing a simple meditation. I don't mean meditation here by, because a lot of people I understand, a lot of you will say that we don't know how to do meditation. Meditation is difficult, meditation is this, that, every kind of possible things. Because the kind of lifestyle we are leading, I don't think so. We have 10 minutes time to sit back in our house quietly, right? So it becomes difficult because we became where we want to keep on doing something. We want our brain to keep on functioning, and thinking, keep on thinking. So we are not somebody who would want to sit idle. So here I will tell you a very simple aspect through which you can do meditation. Meditation does not mean that you need to stop something. Meditation means let it flow. So when you sit back and you close your eyes, there would be 10,000 kind of thoughts which will come into your mind. So you're not supposed to stop them because you're doing meditation. You're supposed to acknowledge them. You need to be more aware as to what you're thinking, what kind of a thinking is, because that is the time your thoughts will be very, very clear. Because we have a very important ability in us, which is to imagine, visualize. The moment you close your eyes and whatever you're thinking, you don't see it in a form of waves, you see it in form of pictures. So when you imagine, when you think about something, all of us see a picture, you see that event happening, right? That is when these thoughts come in, you are in a very much state where you are aware as to what kind of a thoughts you're getting, what exactly is happening to you, right? So you're not supposed to stop them, you're supposed to be aware of them. Meditation is a tool for awareness. You need to sit back and be aware of your own thinking pattern. What is it that you're thinking? That is when you will realize as to what kind of a thinking pattern you have. A lot of time I've noticed that we think for close to 70,000 thoughts in a day, out of which at least 80% of them are the repetitive thoughts, which you thought yesterday, you're thinking today itself. And this is the kind of energy your brain is consuming. just by processing or reprocessing the same amount of thoughts, right? So here what I'm talking about is that, let's put it this way, that when you sit back for meditation, you need to let everything flow. Do not try to stop any kind of a thought. Let it just flow. Because when you don't stop yourself, it will not be uncomfortable. Because what happens is when people sit back for meditation, they start controlling their thoughts. That is when they cannot reach to the state of meditation, because they are actively trying to stop their thoughts. You just need to stop yourself. Make sure. Okay. So a lot of time this happens that when you sit back and when you start thinking, you try to control your thoughts. Meditation is a very simple process of letting go. Let go of your own thoughts. Let it go, whatever comes to your mind. After a while, they'll become slower. They'll become slower, they become lesser. And that is when you will probably reach to a state of meditation. Another important point to remember while doing meditation is just focus on your inner breathing pattern. Just breathe in, breathe out. That is the only thing you need to focus on. There will be a point that you stop thinking, or you stop assessing as to what kind of thoughts are coming, because you're focusing on your breathing pattern. That is the easiest method to do meditation. And I myself is not a meditation guru. I will not be able to tell you anything more on the meditation. But what I can tell you is that is a simplest way to relax yourself, to relax your mind, and which is more than enough. Meditation, the result of meditation is to relax yourself, right? To relax your mind. And if you are able to do it by this simple exercise, it's more than enough. The another point which I have here is, which we'll be talking about, is energy. Okay, so when we talk about energy, now I don't mean energy in terms of the physical energy or the body energy. Here I talk about frequencies. Now our body has a lot of vibration, alpha, beta frequencies in our body. So that's the reason that when we resonate to somebody, the reason we resonate because both of us are operating on a similar frequency level. There is a chart I'm presenting you to guys to make you aware as to what kind of frequencies are. So our human body is able to probably not it starts with a body of 5 megahertz, but now there is a research where we say that frequency of 10 megahertz is also a human being can understand. So a lot of time, if you see a lot of meditational videos are made on binaural frequencies, which are at 8 to 15, 8 to 13, and there are different frequencies. So there is a love frequency, which is 582, and that is a frequency which is called the love frequency. But a lot of research is going on about this, but let's see, we will talk more about it in detail. So the intention of frequencies here are that the way you think, the same way you feel, because there is a mind and body connection. There is a connection of your mind to your heart, right? So the way you feel, the same way, the way you think, the same way you feel. That is when the frequency comes in picture. So with every thought, there is a feeling associated. And when we think about love, we see everybody. I don't think so. Anybody would say love crying, right? People say I love you, and you will see a kind of a glow on your face. You see a kind of shiny eyes, and that is where your body frequency is at a very higher level. But when you are angry, when you are upset, when you're feeling guilty, you feel a lot of heaviness in your heart. You feel as if you're not able to breathe in, because the body frequency is very low. The body is operating at a very lower level energy. Hence, you're not in a position to feel nice. We only feel good after a frequency of about 340 or 400. Any energy below that are these negative feelings. These are contractions. These are contraction and energies which makes you go down. When you feeling nice, you uplift, you expand your energy, expand your horizon. That's how the body frequency works on. The last but not the least is a very important aspect. I think we were born to be successful. Now you will say that I don't want to be successful. I think every time since we started going to the schools, everybody taught us to be successful, to do well in this, to do well in that, and that probably they meant by being successful at whatever you're doing at that particular age. So as when we started growing, I think everybody started running a race to be successful. Everybody wants to be successful, but try and understand that what success do mean to you. Will you be able to define it in terms of what? In terms of either having a there has to be a balance. The cost we pay for success is being unawareness, is your ignorance. Ignorance is the cost of success because you yourself is not aware as to what you want. You're ignorant of your own feelings. I think in order for me to define happiness, there is no way you cannot quantify happiness. For some people, having a loved one in their life is happiness. For some people, having a certain bank account is happiness. For some people, living in a certain country is happiness. For some people, living a free circle is happiness. Happiness does not have a definition. It differs from individual to individual. Hence, the same for the success. But what we don't understand is that success has a definition. Success is a very personalized definition. You need to be aware of what success means to you. You need to be aware of how you need to reach to a level where you will feel successful. Sometimes you achieve everything in your life, you still don't feel happy. That state of being success is happiness, right? Why we want to be successful? Because we want to be happy. So there's a straight correlation between happiness and success. So failure makes you upset, right? Failure makes you sad. At the same time, success will make you happy. So that's how they are correlated. But you need to understand what does it mean for you, because there is no definition of success. For every human being, we have a definition for your own self, right? So I want of you to start thinking what happiness means to you. The day you realize what happiness means to you, you'll automatically be successful. Because then you don't have to try very hard to be successful. You just try hard to be happy. And the day you're happy, everything will start falling in place. Because it's not about what you have in your bank account. It's not about what success, what kind of status you hold in society. It's all about having that smile on your face. Success is nothing about success. I think I would say to just to simplify success, I think it's the smile on your face, or it's the smile on your family members, it's the smile on your loved ones, right? Just understand how important it is. I don't, I don't have a lot of content for this particular topic, but whatever I felt it connects to my heart, I have shared with you guys. It is a very simple thing. Life is a very beautiful thing, which is given to each one of us. But it is that we've stopped or we've forgotten how to live this life. We've just forgotten that to be happy, we don't need to run around. Sometimes we can just sit back and feel happy. And with this thought, I'd like to close my discussion here. I'm open for question. Anybody has any kind of a question, please